Some such stones have been installed on the structure of a temple in Lebanon that the human mind is stunned to see them. The weight of each stone is as much as 3 blue wells, and surprisingly, they have not only been cut in one piece with great skill, but also transported from 1.5 kilometers away, and that 2,000s of years ago. But the mystery is that till date no such civilization of humans has passed, which is famous for cutting such big stones. Has there been any such civilization in history which had that knowledge? To investigate these stones, which we do not have today, a team of German archaeologists started excavations at the place from where these stones were brought. There is still an incomplete stone there, whose weight is said to be 1,200 tons, that is, as much as about 4 Boeing 747s. The archaeologists found some evidence inside the ground, which is very difficult to believe. Is a city named Baalbek in the east of Lebanon's Bekaa Valley, where people from all over come to see the ruins of the Roman Empire. But the interesting thing is that the ruins that are visible from above were from the period of the empire. But underneath, archaeology has found some evidence that has no connection with the Roman Empire, at least for now. Till now, there is a temple built by the ancient Romans, which is called the Temple of Jupiter. This temple is still the best example of the architecture and skill of the Roman Empire. But a foundation of very big stones has been found beneath the construction of this temple. Initially, it was thought that perhaps it was not in one piece, but small stones were skillfully joined in such a way that it appeared to be one. But after doing various tests, it was confirmed that it was nothing but one single giant stone. These are stones which were later called trilithon. This was probably the first time in human history that they were lifted 30 feet up and placed there. If one wants to estimate the size and weight of these stones, each stone weighs 900,000 kilograms, i.e., 1.5 times heavier than the world's heaviest ship, Antonov A-225 Minya. And these stones are 10 times bigger than the biggest stones used in the construction of the Pyramid of Giza. Despite their huge size, these stones were somehow transported from Cannes, which is about 1 kilometer away from here, to Heliopolis. They were placed on top of blocks of complex construction, on which later complex blocks were placed and erected. The accuracy with which these stones were cut and joined is indeed an extraordinary feat, especially for that era when modern machinery was difficult to imagine because there is not even a paper's distance between them. If we look at the Roman structures, their focus was on beauty. They wanted to show their construction skills to the world. But on the contrary, what was buried inside the trilithon raises a question. If any civilization accomplishes such a great feat, why would it hide it? The ancient Romans, who are famous for keeping records of their every skill, did not do it in trilithon. Rather, they built their temple on top of a ready-made foundation. Apart from this, the biggest crane that was available to the Romans, according to historians, could only lift 60 tons, which made it extremely impossible for it to lift these 900-ton heavy stones. Among all the stones that the Romans lifted with cranes, there was a special technique they used to make holes in the shape of the stone, called Lewis holes. But we do not have any such holes. We do not have any record of trilithon being lifted and brought here. Then who did this work with such mastery? Who built the actual foundation of the Temple of Jupiter? The other stones of the Temple of Jupiter are fitted with finishing, whereas trilithon is considered to be older. Keeping all these things in mind, it is thought that it was built 10,000 years before the Roman Empire. The work, which is considered impossible to do in today's modern era, was done by trilithon. Which civilization did it at that time? and how is a mystery about which archaeologists have not been able to tell anything till now. Keep only this trilithium in Baalbek. It is found in many places in the compound of the Temple of Jupiter. Huge stones of 100 tons can be seen. Look at this 800-ton stone next to the stairs. Even moving it is not an easy task. After this, we come to the south wall, where countless blocks weighing from 400 to 800 tons are found. Some are above the ground, and some are below the ground, but nobody knows how deep it is in the ground. Its fitting has been done very neatly, and the line made on the border is smaller than 1 millimeter. After seeing this, the work becomes more complicated because there are some strange markings on the surface of these stones, which resemble the modern mining machinery of today. The length of these markings is about 10 feet, and they are exactly parallel to each other. These are from ancient times. Talking about the tools, there is no evidence of any tool capable of making such marks. At least, no such tool is found in the records of historians. Such tool marks have also been seen on the stones of Yanshan quarry in China. A stone block weighing 16,000 tons has similar marks as on the stones of Baalbek. Similarly, such marks have been seen in the ancient city of Petra in Jordan. This city was also built at least 2,300 years ago by cutting the stones of the mountain. If we compare, these marks resemble modern machinery. This suggests that in the olden days, there may have been technology capable of cutting stones like modern machinery, but historians do not have any concrete proof of this yet. Now let us come to that. The place from where these Baalbek stones were originally brought is the trilithium, which is about 1.5 kilometers from the Temple of Jupiter and is a limestone center. Some half-cut stones are still present here. This is more surprising because the stones are so massive that it is challenging to separate their lower parts. Whoever cut it in this shape did not get a chance to separate its lower part and perhaps had to leave the work midway. Otherwise, this stone might also have been transported to the Temple of Jupiter. The same markings are still present on the bottom of this stone as seen on other stones of the Temple of Jupiter. A model of the pregnant woman stone has been placed in the Jungfrau Park of Switzerland. Some models of modern cranes have been placed around the place to demonstrate the challenges of lifting such stones even today. Perhaps lifting the stones of Baalbek was a difficult task. Thank you for watching and sharing. Thank you very much.